You Yo, what's up, guys? All right, it is Monday morning. All right, how's the volume like? What's the volume like in relation, relative to the, to me? What's the music like? Let me know how that is. They have turned back the dial on small caps. They figured out the strategy. I don't know, man. I think that during earnings, small caps just slow down. It happens every year. You know, then when the small caps run, the large caps slow down. Like I said, it happens every year. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? You like the music, man? Good, man. Glad to hear, bro. Good. Alright. Alright, so yeah, first things first, go LSU Tigers. We beat Alabama this past weekend. It was a glorious game. Glorious. And, yeah, LSU came out ahead. So go LSU Tigers. Now that that's over with, we can go ahead and look at the big movers today. One of the big movers is Tesla. Tesla proving everybody wrong. Everybody who doubted it said it would crash down. Tesla is now up to $340. This thing's made a huge percentage move in the last, really in the last month. This thing has gone up crazy. You know, looks like it's gone up around 30%, 25-30%, so just a huge move here. We'll see what happens with it, but Tesla making some moves today as well, gapping up some more here. Tesla is all the way up to 340.05, so we're going to watch Tesla. We also have CARB. We have CARB. I don't know if this one's going to be tradable or not. I don't know if this one's going to be tradable or not. Let's take a look. Let's see what my account's at too. Last time I looked at it was 788, but that was before commissions were taken out of it. Yeah, it's at 670. So it is what it is. Green weak slightly, but commissions and nonsense took out of it. But around $700. We're still gonna make that push for $1,000 in profit, and we've been doing well enough to do that. Honestly, though, what this is telling me is that I got to take a little bit larger size. And so we'll see how that goes. CARB was it an acquisition? Is that what you're saying? It was an acquisition? If so, it probably won't move that much. Yep, it is an acquisition or a buyout. So yeah, so I can go ahead and read this one early, and this is from MT Newswires. So OTEX, which is a Canada-based software company, said pre-market today that they agreed to acquire Carbonite, which is CARB, which is a cloud-based subscription data protection headquartered in the U.S. for $23 a share or $1.42 billion. So yeah, it's a buyout. Appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, sometimes they move, most of the time they don't, unfortunately. And so yeah, we're gonna watch Tesla today. Tesla's making some nice moves. Oh, Disney Plus debuted today. Disney Plus did debut today. I'm gonna watch Disney, see what happens here. I don't think they're going to release numbers today, so I don't think it's going to necessarily affect it today, but it might. And then we got CLVS, which is Clovis Oncology, which is gapping up again here in pre-market. It's up to 622 from 588. So it's gapping up, what is it, about 34 cents. So a solid gap up there too. We'll see what happens with it, but looks interesting. We also have a few other penny stocks, really. We got TRNX gapping up from 170s to 190s. We've got SPWR gapping up some. So overall, it's not a terrible morning. We got WBA, which has recently started to run. WBA here. This one just ripped up from 59.20s to 63.20s. So looking pretty strong there too. What else we got? We got, for some gap downs here, we got NXTC. NXTC gapping down substantially. Must be a pretty negative catalyst, maybe bad earnings. And then we got SPWR, which is gapping up. I think I mentioned that when we got Roku down. And then the overall market is actually down some. You know, it's down some. Had a really strong day Friday, but then dropped some in pre-market. We're down to 307. It's still very strong market, but we're down a little bit today. Do I think I'll ever move up to the $600,000 account? Not until I'm extremely profitable with this one. Like, honestly, I mean, this is a $9,000 account that I have now, and it gives me a lot of room. You know, yes, it's still a small account. Sometimes I get people like, hey, that's not a small account. And the word small is subjective, and it's relative to what the person considers small. But in day trading, small accounts are just less than 25K. You know, if your account costs less than 25,000, then it's a small account. You know, you can have a $23,000 account and it's a small account too. So, I don't know, man. It just depends. I would have to be very profitable with this one before I decided to really kind of make that push and make that swing. Like I said, with this pro account, I've got a lot of room. I've got a $12,000 max loss in equity. I've got a lot of leverage. And so I really don't need a bigger account. But maybe it's something I might consider. I don't know. Oh, you guys can't even see it, man. You guys gotta tell me this stuff. Look at this. You can't even see stock. There we go. Hope everyone enjoyed the video I put out this weekend. What I said in the video I put out this weekend is absolutely true, team. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So, about the video I put out this weekend. So yeah, I put out a video this weekend, guys, and it was a little bit different. I said it in the intro that it's not really a video about charting, and it's not really a video about strategies with like trading specifically, but it's a video about the mental side of trading and about something that has drastically improved my trading. And what that was that I talked about it in the video, and if you guys want to see all my trades from last week, you can go watch the video, because during, when I was kind of talking about that, I did narrate over all of my trades from last week. So I narrated over all of my trades from last week. So if you ever want to know if I'm actually getting into the trades, I narrated over all of them as I was trading them in the video I uploaded this weekend. But yeah, the thing that I was talking about is that once I started to learn computer programming, like I started to learn about a year ago as like a backup option, just in case YouTube or trading doesn't work out. I have that backup option to where once I learn it, I can get a job if I really need to. And so I'm not just kind of solely relying on my trading or solely relying on my YouTube or my Amazon business, and that I'll have another backup option. And I think that alone has drastically improved my trading. And again, I think the reason for that is because I don't have to succeed at trading. I think a lot of times new traders put a ton of pressure on themselves to succeed, and so they'll maybe take a loan out, or they'll quit their job, or like all this stuff, which is just a bad idea in my opinion. And I think that having a backup option that you can fall back on will allow you to trade with less emotion, more objectively, more honestly, and you'll ultimately do better. And like that's what the video talks about. And so yeah, go check it out if you haven't. But yeah, I'm still tweaking this strategy. I'm still learning and tweaking this strategy. And so we'll see. I got to start scaling up in size, really. Yo, what's up, Scott? Good morning, man. What's up, Cola? Alright, guys. Honestly, I'm really not feeling that hot, man. I don't know what's wrong with me this morning. I had to take some Afrin nose spray to clear my nose out because my nose is all stuffed up. Not really feeling that hot this morning, guys. Hopefully it's just weather. I don't know what the weather's like. I haven't been outside yet today. So everybody have a good weekend. Hope everyone had a good weekend. If you guys watched the video I put out this weekend, let me know what you thought about it. It was a little bit different. It was a little bit different, but I think, like I said, I think it's an important thing for traders to hear. Alright, it's not that cold outside, but yeah, I think it's an important thing for traders to hear because again, I think when new traders enter the market, they're hit with all these advertisements for like, you can make millions of dollars in the market, and you can, but you can also lose millions. And relying on it when you first get started as like a full-time career, before you really know how you're going to perform long-term as a trader, is a very naive thought process, and it's a very naive thing. And it's not something that I think new traders should do. I think new traders should only trade when they feel comfortable and they can afford to lose the money. And the way you do that is you have a backup option. You know, like I said, I chose to learn like coding and computer programming because I think that's a niche of the overall economy that you can teach yourself. You can learn within a year or so's time, and you can go straight out into the job market and get a job making 50, 60K plus per year as a junior developer. And I think that makes sense to learn while I'm doing other stuff. I can learn that on my free time, which I did now. You know, at this point, I know JavaScript, Python, Ruby, HTML, CSS, which is normal, you know, web design stuff. Bootstrap, React library. I'm learning Angular now, learning React Native too, and so I can try to build some mobile apps, but know a little bit of Java. But point is that if I fail at trading, or if YouTube doesn't work out, or if my Amazon business doesn't work out, then I have other options that I can rely on, and so I can look at everything more honestly. And I think traders need that those honest eyes to look at how they're actually doing. Because if not, you know, a lot of times traders will gamble away their life savings, and I don't think that's the right move. I just don't think that's the right move. I think they should treat it like any other skill and take the time to learn it with peace of mind instead of rushing and just kind of saying, I'm going to be a professional trader, so I'm just going to take these thousands of dollars I have saved and just lose it. I just don't know if that's the right move. Nah, man, futures, listen, man, I think I think that first off, I'm already slightly doing freelance work as a programmer. Like I'm doing, it's not even program work, but I can build WordPress websites as well. If you go check out our website, I built that site all by myself. And so I do a little bit of contract work for that. But I think you're severely underestimating how valuable me running this YouTube and running my own businesses, taxed businesses, I think you're underestimating how much potential employers will value that, specifically YouTube. Like the fact that I can run a profitable YouTube channel, potential employees will value that for sure. And if I put that on my resume, it will give me a huge edge in that job market as well, 100%. But regardless of any of it, it's something that, the thing about programming, the good thing about it is that it doesn't matter where you go. Of course, somebody that goes to college is going to make more than a self-taught programmer, of course. But if you know how to code, if you pass their tests and they know you know how to code, then that's all that really matters. You might have to take less pay when you first get started. But again, less pay in programming is like 40, 50 grand a year. That's like small, and so I think that it'll be all right regardless. I disagree on the fact that you should be able to afford to lose money. I think you certainly have to. Listen, I don't think any trader's actually going to take this advice. I think a large majority of traders are going to take $5,000 they've saved up and just put it into the market and almost certainly lose that. But I think that it's the right mentality to have as you progress as a trader, that you only trade with money that you're okay with losing. Because if you don't, and this is only while you're learning, right? When you're not profitable and when you first get started, you should only trade with money that you're okay with losing. Because if you trade with money that you need, if you trade with your bill money, that is going to put an unreasonable amount of pressure on you to succeed. On days when you might just want to take a step back and not trade, you're going to have it in your head like, I've got to pay bills, and you're probably going to take some unnecessary bad trades because of that. And so for that reason alone, I think that it's important for you to not trade with your bill money and for you to only trade with money that you're okay with losing. And I think that is very important as you grow as a trader, because again, if you put too much pressure on yourself to succeed, you will almost certainly fail. Right, exactly, Baseman, exactly. And listen, I think that, and I get it, man. I know how traders are. Like, I understand it. Every trader has that fantasy, man, like, I'm going to take this $2,000 and I'm going to turn it into $50,000 and I'm going to show all of my family, and my family's going to be like, oh my gosh, you did it. And you're going to be like, I did it. I proved you all wrong. And you're going to be driving around Lamborghinis and living in mansions and drinking champagne. I get it, man. I get it. Every trader has that dream. I don't care what they say. Every trader's like, I'm going to do that. Right? What the truth is, what's probably going to happen is you're going to save up $2 to $4 grand. You're going to lose all of that. You're probably going to be distraught, heartbroken. Your spouse, your family is going to be like, I told you so. And you're going to like smash your computer. That's more likely, I think, than what the previous one. But in the end, it's still something that you can do. It just takes a lot of time. And I think it's necessary for you to lose. I will say that. I think it's necessary for you to lose in the market. I do. I think it's necessary. I talked about it last week, where if you don't lose, you're not going to build real rules around your trading, right? If you lose $1,000 in the trade, you're going to remember that, and you're going to build a rule. Hopefully, you're going to build a rule around that, and you're going to say, I'm never doing that again. I'm going to build a rule around that, and I'm never going to do that again. Hopefully, and then that way, the next time you want to make that dumb mistake that you made the first time, you're going to say, no, that burned the last time I did that. I'm not going to do that. And so losing is necessary, but only losing money that you can afford to lose is the right mentality, and maybe I'm an outlier here. Of course, it's just subjective opinion. I'm not, maybe I'm wrong here, but I think I'm right. But we can all agree to disagree if you do disagree with me. But anyways, we're going to start looking up some news, team. Hey Bassman, I didn't call out anybody. I never mentioned names. All I'm trying to say is that I don't even know what Ricky does. I don't even know what he teaches. I don't even know any of that stuff, man. You know, I think that you just gotta look at trading with an objective mind. Is basically the premise of all I'm trying to say. You gotta look at it objectively and say that, first of all, this is short-term trading. It's the single most risky form of trading in stocks. I don't care what anybody says. You know, the shorter the term, the more risky it ultimately is. It doesn't mean you can't do it, but it's just way more risky, you know, and you got to understand that. That's what brings a lot of people to trading. But if you approach it with a system, if you approach it in a systematic way and you build a system around it, then you can be profitable. But again, you're probably going to lose money before that. It's probably going to take at least a year, and you got to look at it with realistic eyes. You know, if you don't, you're just going to lose a ton of money. You're going to, you know, and it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun regardless. I don't care what anybody says. Right, well, you're for sure gonna lose, but like I said, man, listen, we can agree to disagree. I'm gonna start looking up some news. It's that time. Again, I think I looked up CARB. And like I said, listen, guys, this is coming from somebody that has traded for years, and my account's actually profitable, and it's been profitable for a month or two now. And so here, what are y'all tap dancing in there? What are y'all doing? Are y'all leaving? Oh, well, what are y'all doing? Y'all tap dancing in there? I'm working in here, guys. Y'all gotta get out of here. I can't stomp around. What? Hold on, guys. My kids are tap dancing in the living room for some reason. Had to boot my kids out of here, man. They're starting to dance around, playing around in the living room. They gotta get out of here. Alright. What? You need your breathing treatment? Okay, go tell your mom. She'll give you one. I'll tell her, okay? Do y'all hear that stomping around, or is it just me? Had to go in dad mode real quick, guys, so I apologize about that. Yo, what's up, guys? And listen, guys, like I said, this is coming from somebody that doesn't have, like, listen, man. I'm pro day trading. I think day trading is a good skill to have, and it's an understandable skill to learn. And, you know, I like day trading, obviously, and I think day trading is certainly possible to do it professionally. I think it's certainly possible to be a profitable day trader as well. But with that, you know, it's kind of like if you wanted to be a surgeon. Okay, you wanted to be a surgeon and you wanted to go to medical school and do all that stuff to be a surgeon. Only a small amount of people that actually start as a freshman in college to be, I'm going to be a surgeon, are actually going to make it to actually be a surgeon. And it's going to take them years to get there. That's what day trading is. You know, only a small amount of people are actually going to be able to do it in the end. A lot of people are going to want to do it. A small amount of people are actually going to be able to do it, and it's going to take them years to do it. That's day trading. You know, best way I could describe it. Yeah. Alright. Let's look up some news. Alright, guys. So, like I said, let's go back to stocks. Good conversation, though. I like the conversation, guys. I like it. All right, so CARB, again, we talked about this one this morning. CARB is a Canada-based software company, and they said pre-market, or no, so OTEX, which is a Canada-based software company, said that they agreed to acquire Carbonite, which is CARB, this stock right here, for $23 per share, or a $1.42 billion cash and debt deal. Interesting here. We'll see what we get. I gotta change this song. I hate this song. I don't know why it's on my list. Here we go. What's up, Mitch? Yo, yo.
Yeah.
All right.
Coming in. Yeah. Flex. I just wanna win. Yeah. LABB who we running with. Yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3. I'm on 10 again. Yeah. State your name. Big dope on flame. I just switched the lanes.
Alright, what's up, Mitch? You there, bro?
I just flipped the pain. Strip it and dip it in base. Slab on everything.
Alright, anyways, we're gonna go on. So CARB is getting acquired for $23 per share, or $1.42 billion for CARB. We'll see what happens with it. Looks interesting. Definitely gonna watch this one. If you like penny stocks, we also have TRNX. TRNX.
I just wanna win.
This one is up.
I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action. Bitch, I'm active. If he never heard of Ben Dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the
Just because that song's got some curse words in it, we're gonna fast forward it. Put some jazz on. Half the people yell at me. Alright, guys. Anyways, we got TRNX, which I'm trying to see the catalyst for this one. I don't see it. I don't see any catalyst for TRNX. I don't know why this one's moving. We got WBA, which is interesting here. WBA, very strong stock. This one's definitely on my watch list. WBA. And this one is up after. I don't know. I can't find this one. I guess this is Walgreens. Yeah, this is Walgreens Boots Alliance. And they reportedly hired a banker and met with private equity firms about a leveraged buyout, which would be the biggest in history. And the stock briefly gained as much as 7% after the initial reports on Tuesday. But yeah, I'm not seeing any new catalysts for WBA. So if anybody knows why this one is moving, let me know. Interesting. Also, moving on, we got NKTR here, gapping up some. Looks alright. It presented a study, and so this is from Dow Jones Newswires, and it says, quote, the company said Sunday it presented updated results from a first-in-human phase 1A study of the NKTR 358 for the treatment of autoimmune and other chronic inflammatory conditions. The data showed that the treatment with NKTR led to a marked and selective dose-dependent expansion in the number of proliferative capacity of FOXP3 plus CD25 bright TREG cells and a measurable activation of TREG cells, Nectar said. Whatever that means, I guess it's good, guys. NKTR positive data. You know, that's all I can really take from that. I'm not a doctor here. But yeah, it's gapping up to show it. We'll see what happens. Another big mover that's less than $10 is CLVS. CLVS, I know this one is tradable for us. CLVS looking solid here. And so this one is up. I don't see any. So this one on Friday had third quarter results, and they also reported better than expected EPS and sales, which went up 42% year over year. So that's good for CLVS. We'll see what happens with it. We also have Tesla here, TSLA. TSLA.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, what's up, man? We got Mitch here. How's the sound with Mitch?
What's going on, traders? What's up? How we doing? Good morning.
Yep. What's up, man?
What's going on, traders? How we doing today? Good morning, good morning.
I mean, listen, it's certainly not easy, man. Saying day trading's easy is like saying being a surgeon is easy. It's like saying Yeah, it's like saying being a surgeon is easy, you know.
Like shooting fish in a barrel, John.
You know, I'm gonna get my law degree tomorrow. You know, but no, it's certainly not easy. And I don't care what anybody says. Like, listen, people want you to think it's easy. It's not. It's easy to make money. It's also easy to lose money. You know, and like I said, we can agree to disagree there. I might be the buzzkill. Everybody might hate me for being real, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not selling a course here, so I can be real.
Yup.
But anyway, so yeah, so Tesla looking very strong here, gapping up from 330s to 340s.
Yeah, what happened to everyone writing off Tesla?
I know, dude. There's so many people that were short biased in Tesla. They're just getting hammered. Elon Musk is laughing to the bank right now, man.
Yeah, I always talk about this 300 level with Tesla. It seems to like this level. Whenever it goes below this, it's always come back above 300. So
Yeah,
I've always looked for that 300 level on Tesla to stand. And when it broke 300 last time, I was even impressed. I hadn't seen it break down, and it really gave you a buying opportunity. This stock went down all the way to 200, and now back up at 337. One of the best performers of the year for sure.
yeah, for sure, man. Looks good too. Looks strong, man. We'll see what we get, but yeah, everybody like I like Elon. I just want Elon to succeed, man. You know, I like Elon.
I mean, I think in the long run, it's like he says, he doesn't even stress it because he knows that his technology is so valuable that he could take his company private at any moment.
Right. Yeah, and that's what he threatened. When he got caught, he didn't really get caught. I mean, he did it very publicly. But when he smoked weed with Joe Rogan, he didn't really. Anybody that's actually smoked weed knows that that Elon did not inhale. You know, he hit that like a cigar, and everybody knows it. Anyways, but when he did that, everybody was like, "Oh, let's fire Elon. Let's fire Elon." And Elon's like, "I'm just gonna take this thing public, or I'm just gonna take this thing private." He got in trouble for that too, but he can do that if he wants to.
I mean, because at the end of the day, it's like he thought in that statement there. He was like, "Well, at the end of the day, I'm still valuable." So,
Yeah.
you guys want to talk about me smoking weed? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still Elon Musk.
Yeah. Yeah, you can learn it.
He has. I think what's also a good thing with Tesla is that he's created his own brand through his company. Like when you think Elon Musk, you already think Tesla.
Yeah.
You get like this big view in your head, and I think that's what's always gonna keep here.
Yeah.
And in the long run, it's all about production with Tesla, car production. If their car production stays up, the stock comes back. And if we guys remember, what actually got us back in this was kind of production's meeting, and actually they were actually better than expected. And so that actually got our drive down here started in October, and then it just continued to follow positive news after positive news and got it right back up.
Yeah, man. I loved I like Elon Musk because about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, my wife comes up to me and my wife goes, "John, Elon Musk bought Fortnite and then deleted it." And I said, "What?" And then I checked it. Honestly, it was just kind of a joke. He was kind of trolling Fortniters. But everybody thought Elon Musk had bought Fortnite and then deleted it. He would have been a hero if he did. Let's be real here. But yeah, you gotta respect that. But no, so Tesla is up, I guess, because some people are saying it's China news, which it is. It is, let's see, hold on. I'm getting news that says sales of automobiles in China have declined for 16 consecutive months in October, according to the China Association of Automobiles. And so I think that's their biggest competitors. And so we'll see what happens. But yeah, Elon is the Robin Hood of the auto world. Change will happen. I like that. Yeah, he might listen, and he might fail, but I don't think he will. And I think regardless of whether he fails or succeeds, I think there's going to be a lot of copycats that ultimately boost the electronic car market. And I think that's really what you're trying to say. He's going to change the game regardless of whether he succeeds or fails. But yeah, Tesla looks good. We got SPWR here as well. SPWR gapping up from 830s to 890s. I've traded this one at SunPower Tech. I like this one too.
All right, guys. I think one of the important things to watch for this week, I know it's not on everyone's calendar, but it's something that I'm going to bring up. It's Trump could slap some big tariffs in the car industry. So I think, when we're talking about Tesla, we should talk about the car industry as a whole. And President Trump must decide by November 13th whether he's going to follow through with threats of tariffs on automobiles. So he's threatened the EU and also kind of emerging markets, the Asian, European trading partners, pretty much that we have to have kind of these tariffs. And it's supposed to be a 25% tariffs. It would actually increase, and this is from Business Insiders, they would actually increase the average car prices $4,400, which would be a big hit for us American consumers if all car prices were to jump up, let's say $4,000. So definitely something to watch out this week. It was supposed to be decided by the 13th. So that's something that I'll watch out for with GM, Ford, these stocks that are kind of moving their way back up. I think this is also going to play an effect with Tesla too, because if this does go through this tariff, it'll affect Tesla also.
So SPWR just got a huge rip last minute. So look at SPWR. Let me see if I can find that news. Alright, so SPWR apparently is poised to separate into two publicly traded companies. And this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, SPWR unveiled a plan to divide itself into two independent publicly traded companies on Monday, while affirming that the two separate entities would continue to cooperate to commercialize next-generation solar panel technologies. It's a San Jose, California-based company, and they also said that it would separate into SunPower and Maxeon Solar Technologies. So that's the news we have for SPWR, and I guess everybody's bullish in that regard. We'll see what happens with it. Should be interesting. Alright, I'm gonna go to the restroom, Mitch, so if you want to go over some of the stuff you're watching, I'll be back and we'll go over the overall market.
Alright, guys. So let's talk about a couple stocks here. Got a couple. You can talk about Alibaba. Alibaba getting a little bit down here. This is a stock that didn't take that big of a hit with the Chinese news, but is definitely looked down upon off that Chinese news. So there's a big resistance in this one at 185.50. So I'm going to look to see if that 185.50 is going to hold today. This is Alibaba, one of the best movers in China. So we're going to keep an eye on this one. Another one that I'm going to be watching on the downside, guys. Let's take a look at DPX. Dropbox can come back here. This has been hit down pre-market about, it's not even down too much. It's not down in percentage, but it dropped down from a close here at 21.50. I think you have a huge resistance here at $20 for Dropbox, and if it can get above it, it can start breaking back up and kill kind of this shadow here. If not, then I think Dropbox can also drop below 1950s. One that I'm watching also, guys, is Expedia. Expedia has been hit hard on the daily chart. This one got hit from 137s all the way down there, and now it's near 100. Gonna watch to see if this one's gonna break 100 today. If this one breaks 100, I think this one just starts falling. There's a huge amount of volume they got into the stock on November 4th. All right, another one we can keep moving down to, guys. Home Depot having earnings this week. You can keep an eye on Home Depot. Some people gave it a maintain rating, so you can keep an eye on that one. Also, Target reporting this week. Going to keep an eye on Target. Target has a good resistance level right above it here. 114s, 115s, and a support right below it at 105s. Let's talk about some high short stocks. These are stocks with high percentage short on the stock itself. One of the stocks that I'm watching is PIR. PIR is a stock that keeps shooting up there, but not really making it, making kind of these U patterns on the daily chart. Has a resistance there at 747, right above it here. Gonna look to see if this one wants to get above 7 again, or if it's gonna head down towards that $5. PIR. PIR has a 2.77 million float and a 33.4% short. Another one that I'm going to be watching, guys, GPS, Gap. Gap, really got hit on their earnings. Their CEO kind of quitting. They're kind of running into problems with their business strategy as a whole. They wanted to use their Gap instead of kind of separate Gap and Old Navy, use a spin-off and use Old Navy as its own stock. So that's going to be definitely interesting. CGC, I definitely don't think kind of a lot of what's going on in the cannabis is they try to use kind of the model that other stocks are using by getting athletes and kind of different people to endorse. I think this does help the industry, but overall it's not something that's changing the market. So I do think CGC does look positive, and now we do have some kind of bottoms to go off of. But in the long run, we need something better than just a kind of promoter. We need good earning reports. Good earning reports are what's gonna turn these pot stocks around. And until we see kind of really good earnings, I'm not gonna be interested in the long run. But in the short run, of course, you can always day trade these. All right, let's take a look at another stock here. One that's very popular for the day is Fold. Fold. All right, Fold beat on estimates, guys. It had an estimate of 24 cents and it beat it by 6 cents, up there to 32 cents. And it also beat on sales, 48.76 million over 47.66. So we need to keep an eye on this one, Fold. Fold has a spike up there now to 9.75. Need to see kind of this $9 hold, because anything below 9 and this will get right back down to a bearish sentiment. But I think this one has a chance to get to $10 today. Yeah, I hear you, Devin. I agree with you. They can't really advertise it the right ways, so they're trying to figure out different ways of putting it out there. I think at the end, what pot stocks need to do is just focus on profitability, because if they can focus on profitability and start turning the corner with their earnings, all the investors that are in cannabis will go ahead and kind of cash in on all that volume that they've put in cannabis stocks. One of the things I definitely can say is I do think people are invested long term in cannabis, and a lot of the times when you're getting these down moves on the 52-week, this is where the investors are getting in.
All right, guys.
Daily lows.
What's up, team? What's up, Relentless? What's up, man? What's a good book for beginners? Jack Schwager's Market Wizards, Millionaire Traders. They got a few good ones. I mean, those are my favorites, but yeah. So what's the news with CGC and Drake, Tony Hawk?
Just a CBD company, kind of acquisitions coming together, business deals like that. I think it's positive news. How positive? I'm not so sure. The one that I'm interested in playing also today is going to be Kron. I think Kron's very interesting today because they have earnings release tomorrow. So with that earnings release tomorrow, I'm definitely going to pay attention to Kron. This one got a huge gap down. So I think this one can come back above 9. But we're going to see today if it can get back above 9.
Okay. Have you looked at any gap downs yet?
Pretty much just went over kind of some top movers for me today. I went over Baba, Expedia, Home Depot, and Light because of earnings this week, and Target also in Light. Then the penny stock of the day would probably be that Fold. A lot of people are watching that one.
All right, so we can look at a few gap downs here real quick. So NXTC is down. You can see it's down pretty substantially. It's down from, whoa. I didn't realize how big this one was down, man. This one just dropped over 100%. It's down from 82.89 to 38.50. So yeah, this is over 100% drop. Probably like what, 105%? Man. We'll go ahead and look at the news. This one's down after the company announced updated clinical data from the NC318 phase 1 and 2 clinical trial that was presented at the SITC 2019. So bad data, I'm assuming. But man, this one dropped huge percentage, man. Over 100%. We'll see what happens with it, but man, huge drop there. We'll see what we get. You said you went over the overall market news. I can try to look at something here too. Let me see. All right, I'll go ahead and read what I typically do, which was just the ETF preview. And this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures were pointing to a lower open as uncertainties in the U.S. and China's interim trade deal intensified after U.S. President Donald Trump denied China's claim that America had agreed on rolling back additional duties that had been imposed on Chinese goods. Trump said Friday he hasn't agreed on rolling back the tariffs and confirmed earlier reports that China is asking to remove the levies as part of the Phase 1 trade agreement. The U.S. president said China is only requesting for, quote, somewhat of a rollback, but not the complete removal of the levies, and Trump on Saturday said talks are moving along, quote, very well, but at a slower pace than he would have liked, end quote. They also say that, quote, political unrest in Hong Kong has also dampened the market sentiment in Asia, spilling over global markets, and tensions had run high in the former British colony after policemen shot 2 protesters with live rounds, highlighting the worsening political crisis. And I guess this is in Hong Kong. And so interesting here. We'll see what we get. As for the overall markets here, we've got healthcare is relatively inactive. AGRX is down 10%. We can look at AGRX here. Big drop, but it kind of rebounded some, and this one's down after it said it's offering up to 20 million of the company's common shares, so stock offering. Financials are down. The XLF is down 0.6%. The daily financial bull 3x shares, which is the FAS, and its counterpart were both inactive. Tech ETF is down 0.6%. Semiconductors relatively inactive. Energy is down 0.8%. The USO, which is the United States Oil Fund, is down 1.3%. Natural gas is down 4.5%, and the U.S. National Gas Fund, the National Gas Fund (UNG), is down 4.3%. Gold is up 0.2%, which typically happens when the market drops. And so yeah, we'll see what we get today, guys. Should be a fun day.
Yeah, man. I think what's really interesting is overall what's happened to us in the market. If you look at the SPY, I mean, in the run that we've had over the last couple of weeks,
Yeah, wait, sorry, I gotta correct myself. What Jacob is saying is actually right. My bad, Mitch. It's a over 50% drop. Sorry, it dropped over 50%. My bad, guys. I generally look for overextended stocks, and so the reason I made that mistake was because if you look at if the stock was below 50 and it went up to over 100, or if the stock was below 40 and it went to over 80, it was 100% move up. But this is a 50% drop, a little bit over 50%. Sorry, just a mental error on my bad, but he's actually correct. So sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, I just want to talk about kind of an important outlook that we're having on the SPY right now. So if we kind of review kind of the year overall, we all know that we've been kind of moving really based on that December and October move from last year where we got that big drop. We kind of recovered all that at the early part of the year, and then there was kind of what we call trade talks in between kind of April and September that knocked us down. And then eventually in late September, we also got another knockdown. But then everything kind of came back up and ripped through the highs. So what we can kind of see from there is kind of an understanding of what the Fed's outlook was. The Fed's outlook was, hey, we're kind of worried about the economy as a whole, so we're going to go ahead and lower interest rates. And they lowered interest rates for 2 quarters and said that there could be possible interest rates being lowered into next year. Of course, what this did is they brought kind of a cheaper borrowing game. The banks jumped in here, really swooped in here and made money on those down kind of pulls. And that's really what's making money right now is the banks. But what the Feds really did here is they did what's called quantitative easing. And that's what we're seeing the push and the drive come from. The Feds are still concerned about something, I think, overall in the economy, and I don't think it's exactly tied to trade talks. I think it's the overall economy that they're worried about, and that's why they're paying attention really closely to economical data. But we definitely are getting this push here. We're getting a drive in the overall market. You can clearly see it breaking out. And we're going to see now if investors are going to follow and how far of a push we are going to continue getting.
Yep, I tend to agree. I mean, we're down today, but it's nothing. We broke highs, and a big level is that previous lifetime high up there at 302.63. I think that's a huge level here as well. Appreciate the subs, Subuman, Crowdfoot, Crypto. Appreciate the subs, guys. Welcome to the team. Remember, team, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We day trade live on stream every weekday morning for free on YouTube. If you appreciate what we do here, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, show your love for what we do here, guys. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the market. Obviously, I live in the U.S. I don't want the market to drop. I've got money in IRAs and stuff like that, so naturally, I don't want the market to drop that much. But we'll see what we get. We actually turned around a little while back. Let's take a look at a little bit longer term chart. Last year we had some issues, but been a pretty solid year overall. We haven't really taken too much of a downturn since last December. And so we'll see what happens. Generally the market's going to start heating up during the winter months because the economy is moving a little bit with the holidays and stuff like that. And so we'll see what we get. But market is now up to 307.60. Should be fun.
Yeah, I think honestly 320 is not out of the picture.
Yep. And it should be fun, man. Like I said, if anybody caught the video I put out this weekend, it's been a really solid few months trading too. And we're just going to keep pushing here. With the biggest thing that I learned last week is that I might actually need to take a little bit larger sizing. I have the buying power to do it, and I might need to take a little bit larger sizing with this system. I don't mind trying to make, $400 a win and losing $200. I don't mind that, and so that might be something that I'm going to start working on this week. Might take some bigger swings. You might see some larger gains, and we'll see what we get. But again, my account's roughly at $700 in profit. Listening to instrumental guitar music, very relaxing. Yeah, man, like I said, we have a lot of different genres. I tend to like if you leave it up to me, I'm gonna pick lo-fi, I'm gonna pick jazz, maybe a little bit of hip-hop is what I'll pick. But if you guys want to recommend a genre, I can try to find it and we can see what we get. But yeah, how about those LSU Tigers, man? How about that? How about those Tigers, man? Everybody knows I'm from Baton Rouge. I got to talk about my boys beating Alabama, beating Nick Saban, you know. Everybody knows. That's right. If you watch the video I put out this weekend, watch the very end of it. Alright. Country? We can try to throw some country on. Let me see. We got about 5 minutes. I suggest we all just kind of hang out, relax, get our mind right a little bit.
I like this triple bottom here for your Cron at 750s. 750s look really good on the daily chart. We'll look for a quick pullback here towards the 840s. That's where I could see kind of bag buyers jump in this. Look for a red to green move in Cron to break through 860. Another one to watch this week, AMRN is going to have an FDA decision come through. So I'm going to watch that one on the kind of a longer term. Not really trying to trade it too much right now, but definitely is a volatile stock. Moves about, on the day, it can move about 75 cents to $1. And so with that, you have to understand the volatility so that you can maximize your risk and return on there.
Yeah, I really don't mind that one either. That one looks okay. I'm going to watch AMRN, another one, WBA. I think this one might have been an acquisition, but it looks solid. We'll see what we get with it. It all depends on how they act at the open. But a few other ones, yeah. I mean, some of these don't look that bad. We'll get a few options today for sure. It's definitely better than some of the days last week. Last week was okay, but I think Monday of last week was a little dull, honestly. So I think Monday today is much better, at least. I mean, I don't know whether it's Nashville stuff or not, man. This is country right now. I don't know what else to put it on. The only country I listen to, like, if you would even, like, I listen to Bob Dylan. I like me some Bob Dylan, which wouldn't really be considered country. It'd be more folk,
No stress, guys. I got the country for you. I just can't put it on.
Yeah, I like me some Elton John. Elton John.
Let's just put it this way: the good country, we can't put it on.
Yeah, I mean, listen. People are saying,
free, guys.
Right? I'm sticking with royalty free. Even if you have music that you want me to play, I can't confirm that it's not royalty free, and so I'm not gonna play it. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna stick with
these country stars. They'll come after you.
Oh, for sure, man. They'll hit you with those copyright strikes, bro. I'm staying out of that, man. They're making their money.
Oh man, yeah. The artist game is a hard game to be in right now.
Yeah, man.
People are getting hit with millions of dollars just because they put a picture on Facebook or Instagram that was someone else's rights. Next thing you know, boom, $1 million lawsuit.
Done.
I'm like, man, just for a picture, like it was of yourself. Someone took a picture of you, and you're getting sued.
Yeah,
millions of dollars because you put a picture of yourself up.
Right. Crazy.
It's like I can't make money off my own likeness.
Right, man. Honestly, YouTube actually started to do, but like YouTube used to they had these companies that didn't even own the rights to some of this music, and they would just go around flagging all this different music that wasn't theirs, just to see if YouTube would give them the rights to it, and sometimes they would, and so they were going around just making bank off of all this music that was not theirs. Finally, YouTube stepped up and actually fixed it, so shout out to YouTube. They did what they needed to do, and now there's like a big penalty if you do that. If you fake strike somebody's video, now there's like a big penalty. They'll like delete your account and block your stuff. But yeah, man, it's scary out here. YouTube also had a new terms of service update that's gonna affect kid channels. Now you're not allowed to get targeted advertisements to what would be considered children's content, and so children's channels, what they would consider children's content, is now going to be restricted. It's going to have to be just generic ads at the beginning of it. It's not going to be, so you're basically not going to be able to monetize it that much. And so it's a huge change actually that came out on the weekend. I'm just glad I'm a trading channel. That's all I'll say. All right, guys, we got 40 seconds left. Let's do this. Should be a fun day. Like I said, last week I had one losing day last week. Was a beautiful week. Like I said, if you guys want to watch all of those trades, you can go watch the video I uploaded this weekend. Mitch actually had a really good video. He put out 2 on the best resources for traders.
Yeah, especially for you beginner traders out there.
Yeah.
You guys are just starting up, definitely take a look at that video. It'll give you some great resources that you guys can use, not only to improve your trading, but also platforms and resources. That's really the main key here, guys, is giving you guys free resources so that you guys can use it.
Yeah.
That's what we do, guys. We do everything for free, guys. And that's what we're going to stick to.
That's right. All right, there's the bell, guys.
All right, one that's gapping down, also ETFC. We'll keep an eye on that one. We did have a potential lower start here, so I'm going to be looking for kind of bag buyers, see where we can find some bags.
I'm throwing some reggae on real quick.
All right, Kron pushing up there to 857s. I'll tell you guys if it breaks through the high of 860.
All right, so the SPY dropping originally at the open. The SPY's now at 307.40s, but it's still way too early to tell.
Heading towards those 60s. Just got a buy of 3,200 shares at 57.
All right, we got SPWR just ripped up here. SPWR ripped up. Same thing with TRNX. So SPWR and TRNX just ripped up. This is one of the reasons SPWR was my biggest watch. Just because a nice little gap up. Look at that rip. Huge push. Went from about
dropping a good amount.
Went from about 893 all the way up to 920s, 930s. So
Walgreens,
huge run.
Walgreens with a good drop there. WBA.
Yep.
Nice drop there. I'm going to be looking to attack that VWAP if it can come back to 62.42. It's about a 30-cent risk here, so I'll only use 100 shares if it does come back to that level. So need to see it get back above 62, and then I can short this one. Oof, this one's going to get hit hard. Some big share size going through there at the 84s and 57s.
Yeah, shout out to our veterans. It's Veterans Day today, so shout out to them. Appreciate all the sacrifices veterans have made. Shout out to them for sure.
Big down move there.
All right, so Roku ripping up, breaking highs. SPWR ripping up, breaking highs. Like Mitch said, Walgreens is down, which is WBA.
Kron ripping out there to 866. We'll look for that one to come back to VWAP. I was talking about that one pre-market. That one's starting to get some drive. Look for CGC to maybe do a red to green move here. It is at VWAP though. Looking for a bounce above 62 here for Walgreens. See if we get it, guys.
Tesla's up as well. Tesla ripping up.
Exciting morning so far.
Yeah, man. We're getting some runs. SPY is down slightly, but not much. Basically break even. Hadn't moved too much yet.
All right. Seeing Walgreens come back here.
What's up, Francis? What's up, FX, man? How you doing, bro? I appreciate all the love, FX. Seriously, man. This is my first time watching. This is almost looks like the second person talking is narrating what the guy on the screen's thoughts are. Nah, bro, I'm right here, man.
That's what I'm doing, man.
Yeah, man.
See John.
You could just see me. Mitch is there too. You know, like Mitch is. What you see right now is my screen though, and like Mitch and I are just kind of looking at stocks. That's all we're doing. SPY rip it up here. So look, here goes the SPY pushing up.
Trying to get in here for Walgreens here.
You're in?
No, not yet. Trying to get the right pricing here.
Yeah, and if it's your first time watching us, like when one of us starts to get in a stock, we'll throw him up, you know, and then vice versa. Like if Mitch jumps in something, I'll put his screen up so you guys can watch his trades.
Didn't get high enough. It went up to the 30s there, guys. I had an order out there at 40s to get filled. No fill there on that bounce.
I'm not watching anybody live, man. This is me. And this is Mitch. You in something, Mitch? My bad.
Nah, I wanted to get in there and Walgreens on that bounce back, but it either didn't get back to my VWAP or because I saw it on, let's see. The VWAP came down there. Should have maybe taken the 24s. I had 62.40 out, and it went to 62.30s. It was a good VWAP fade attempt there, just never getting filled.
The VWAP on my chart is at 23, 22, really, so it's actually pretty close to it. SPY's ripping up, though. I think that's one of the things you got to be a little more worried about is the SPY pushing up like it is. We'll see if the SPY holds at the VWAP now, though. But yeah, SPY ripping up, breaking highs. Looks like a red to green move on the SPY. CGC ended up reversing here. It might pull back to the VWAP if you want that one. It's been a while since I traded a CGC fade. They just haven't been working super well. Roku's also running up some too. Looks strong. I was looking at Tesla for a potential VWAP bounce, and if I was going to take it, it would be right here. But I think that I'm just going to wait for a stock to pick a direction well first before I decide to jump back in or decide to jump in anything. I'm just going to wait for a direction. Short AMD. I'm not even watching AMD now. But yeah, there goes Walgreens. It's up there.
Yeah, I almost took it there. I'm not going to lie. I just hesitated. Should have taken those 40s. I don't know why I'm hesitating there.
AMD looks solid for a short, guys.
Definitely shouldn't hesitate. Should just take the trade. Would
If
have
it
already
moves back
got
up
in
there,
on Walgreens.
if it moves back up there on Walgreens, it could be a fake out fade. Like if it moves up
Yeah.
to 62.20s.
I just missed my entry right there, so I'm going to get off of it. 62.40s was the entry there, guys. 62.70 was the risk there, 30 cents. It looked pretty nice. Would have already got that 40 cent breakdown at least. So just going to leave it alone now. Because if I keep watching it, I'm going to end up getting into it for sympathy.
Yeah. I mean, I might watch it and then just risk it off of.
It was a good trade, just missed
50
it.
cents.
After that kind of drop, I should have just taken that spike, but started getting hesitant.
I'm watching it here. Kind of ripping up though. If it confirms that risk again, I'll take it. But if it continues to push up here, I'm not.
I'm letting it go, guys.
Yeah, I
If
think
not,
it's
I'm just
over
gonna end up taking bad pricing and
Yeah, I think your
Just be
weight is
upset.
right. I think it's looking like a red to green move, and it's inching towards the high of the day, which is right now at about 10 cents above where it's at. So I think it might squeeze up there. There goes Tesla for the VWAP bounce. I mean, the SPY's actually up, so the SPY's green on the day. So yeah, I mean the SPY's up on the day, so I'm just waiting a little bit. It's only 7 minutes in. We're gonna give it some time. We're getting a lot of squeezes here, so I think Mitch waiting is the right move. I think me waiting here is the right move too. I think we should just wait for some stocks to actually confirm a trend a few times first.
yeah, one that's faded after doing kind of a VWAP reject was Fold. This SES is moving again also, but I only see that drop with big volume.
SPWR hasn't really looked back today either. CGC's breaking highs. Just broke the highs, pulled a red to green move.
At least
Walgreens broke highs.
from my charting, best fade of the day has been MU. MU with a 60-cent fade there.
I'm seeing a lot of bounces today actually, so
Good fade there
Tesla.
on MU. We'll look to see if AMD can come back, but gonna take it easy right here.
yeah, I don't mind AMD there either. At that 35.91 level.
All right, guys. The one I'm looking at is WKHS for a potential long here. I saw it pull back there towards 302. It's looking good. It has a pretty good amount of volume. Bought up at 303 and 302. So just gonna pay attention to see if it's gonna hold here and wants to break out through 310s.
Yeah.
It's a penny stock, cheaper stock, so stock that I could get more of if I take a shot at it.
Yep. Yeah, Francis bringing up Roku here with the VWAP bounce. And this is what he means by it. And like I say, with fades and bounces, one of my favorite risk levels in both of these is the opening range high or low. If it's a bounce, the opening range high right here. Beautiful risk, easy risk right here. You see the high of that first opening candle. You know, if you got in at the VWAP at 121.30, you know, your risk is 20 cents for a big range. And nice little bounce there. And if obviously this would be it if it was a fade down here. But yeah, beautiful bounce there. Quick bounce, but looks sometimes the fast ones are the ones that work the best. So we'll see what happens if it pulls back to this level, and then we can maybe use this level here as our risk. If it does pull back to the VWAP, you know, we'd still have a pretty good risk reward, maybe up to like here, and we get in at 35. Our risk would be what, about $1.30. Our reward target would be about $1.30. Our risk would be about 60 cents, so about 2 to 1 for Roku here. Kind of watching it here. I don't mind it. We'll see what we get. We'll see what kind of entry we can get with it if it does continue to pull back. Also got to watch the overall market. The market just actually broke underneath the VWAP, and so that might cancel out this trade if the market starts to look weak, because I think Roku does follow the market pretty well a lot of the time. So yeah, so with what we're getting now, depending on how the market acts here, that's what we're going to wait on. We're not going to rush into anything right now. But yeah, shout out to Francis. I call him FX. But shout out to him, man. He posted a really cool post the other day.
There you go, guys. There's this spike in WKHS now up there to 307s. Was thinking about taking $3 there, but it didn't get to $3. It only got to 301 on the bid side. Was looking to at least get 301 on the ask. But I definitely see volume jumping in there. Gonna keep an eye on this one.
Alright, there goes Roku. I would take it here, but again, with the market breaking underneath the VWAP, a lot of other stuff getting weak, I'll probably just wait. I'm seeing a lot of drops and stuff right now. There goes AMD too, so I'm just going to wait. Maybe it's the wrong move. I might be able to scalp a small move for Roku here, but unfortunately nothing yet. But yeah, this is what Francis said this weekend. He said, I've been following beginner trading for about 1.5 years, and I tell you, I've been in a few of these guru rooms that charge you over $100 a month, and most of them are nothing more than just hype and sell up. The strategies that John and Mitch teach are the real deal. They are tested and they work, and people don't know how lucky they are to have this material available to them for free. I just watched I'm not going to say who, a video that covers some of their top setups. This is not talking about us. This is talking about somebody else. That video that I watched will run you like $6,000. And there was a section on VWAP. It was pretty bad. Instead of getting to the point, the instructor made it long and painful just so you would feel like you got your money's worth. I guess the problem with John and Mitch is that they aren't interested in selling the hype. The gurus are selling the hype. John and Mitch are just teaching you how to trade. And love that, Francis, man. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate the love.
Hey,
man.
The Kool-Aid's out there, man.
Right, man.
If you want to drink it, you can go ahead and drink it. But other than that, we'll be here every single day. And that's the real key, guys, is that we try to take an everyday approach, not just a one-time trade approach. I think that's one thing that a lot of traders try to sell, is that one winning trade that you make thousands and thousands of dollars.
Strategy.
And at the end of the day, guys, those trades come 1 in a million. I can say 1 in a million because majority of traders can't reproduce those kinds of trades. So yeah, there is traders making those kinds of gains, but it's very unlikely to go ahead and reproduce.
Right. And in the end, like I said, you're gonna all the strategies that are out there are available for free online. You know, all of them. So if that's somebody's main selling point, that they have some secret strategy, that's nonsense, because they're all available for free online already. You know, you could find them. You know, strategies are going to change. They're going to stop working. They're going to evolve into something else, right? And so instead of learning a secret strategy, a million strategy, you need to learn how to build a system. You need to learn how to build a trading plan. You know, you need to learn how to manage your emotions and build rules. That's learning to trade. It's not a secret strategy because, again, almost all strategies you're going to be able to find for free online. But yeah, so Roku, it's down here now. We're looking at the market. That's what I'm really watching here. I don't mind Roku here. And I'm starting to consider a small position size with, again, this risk down here at 121.80. My risk would be about 70 cents here, so I'm just going to take a little baby trade right now, just to get my feet wet with it, and maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't, but just 20 shares, something that's not going to hurt me, and I'm just going to try to let some stocks pick a direction.
Stock that I'm looking at right now is Fossil. Fossil getting there back to VWAP. This one has dropped big in the last couple of days, so got to be careful here. But I want to see it get to 46 and kind of just hold there. Then I'll look to see if I can knock it back down towards the low, which are 821s.
Yeah, there's a nice little bounce on Roku. Maybe I should have took with bigger sizing, but again, the point of taking this little trade is just to get my feet wet in the trade and take my first trade of the day, make a little bit of money here and get out while I can. So we'll see what we get with it, but nice little bounce. Hopefully it'll break the high of the day, but if not, I'll be fine regardless of this one. Come on, man, you know that. I appreciate it, Tony. Yeah, and that's why, like, Mitch and I always talk like we're gonna change the game. You wonder why we get so much hate is because we are. That's what we're doing, and people feel threatened by what we do here,
100%.
But yeah, there goes Roku. Like I said, I took a small size to get my feet wet in the market today. Just a little baby trade, 20 shares, and of course, in hindsight, I wish I would have taken more, but I'm not necessarily upset that I didn't. I'm just gonna get a small in and out win really quick to make my little $15 and be done.
All right, starting to watch that Walgreens a little bit more now. Starting to build, but I wanted to kind of reject and get back below VWAP here. Keep a close eye on that one.
An interesting part of this trade that I actually missed before I got in here is that my risk should have been here at this previous day's closing price. That's such a huge level. This previous day's closing price right here at 94. This is like one of the biggest levels in this stock right now, where the previous day's close is, and that's usually a massive support and resistance level. So maybe I should have held a little bit longer, but I got my feet wet. We're gonna take some bigger size with my next trade. CGC is actually at the VWAP now.
Gonna take a look at Alibaba, if it can come back to 183s.
I'm looking at AMD here.
Teva's also potential fade, but this one had positive news, so
I can use this.
Just gotta be careful.
For this fade, I can use this opening range low as my risk if we can get it up there for AMD. SPY ended up ripping up, which would have really helped me in my Roku trade. Unfortunately, I just kind of jumped out of it a little early, I think. But I mean, I had 20 shares. As soon as I saw any reasonable gain that I'm actually going to net money on, I just got to get out. I'm not going to add to it and get greedy. Hey, nice, man. Yeah, it was a good one, man. It was a good one. The risk was tight, 2-to-1 risk reward. It was only 20 shares, and again, I don't know if you've been watching us lately, Francis, but I actually have a new system I've been building. It's a scalping system, but it's been working really, really well. And so the first hour of every day, I've been just trading really small so I don't kind of burn through too many commissions. I'll take 20 shares and make a little bit of money and then really start to attack the market once it's more favorable for me. Man, look at my support and resistance line, guys. I just want to show you guys this. Look at the support and resistance line. If you guys watched me draw this line, look at that. Look how closely it followed. It went down to the very cent up here. This was my reward target, by the way. If anybody remembers this level I drew right here before this move was my reward target. Look exactly, but they say technical analysis doesn't work. The likelihood that I would be able to pick that move to the very cent before it happened, of course it works.
Teva looking good. Teva for a smaller time frame. Fade there. Wasn't that bad of a fade at all.
Yeah, man, that's surprising. To the very cent, man. Look at that thing. It went exactly to the very cent. And the reason I picked this level is because it was the body high right here of this candle. Should have held it to my reward target is all that shows me. You know, got greedy. Or I got impatient. It is what it is. FOLD, man. That one doesn't look bad. I don't know if you're watching that one.
I'm watching MU right now.
Yeah, I mean, Roku could, it is a double top, but what you know, the bigger picture here, I think, is this, it's narrowing range, which is more like a flag or a triangle. Just depends on if it has a pole, which is the only difference.
All right, gonna watch MU to see if it can get hold above 30s here. If not, it will short into it. No, it's gonna look like a red to green move. Yep, looking like a red to green move. Got a little bit of a squeeze there to the 40s. You just see the rejection here. Thoughts on Kron? Kron going to support right underneath it right there. 822. Watch to see if that mark can hold here.
Yeah, so you're actually hearing Mitch talk. You're hearing Mitch talk. There goes AMD, and I'm the guy on the screen, and Mitch is the guy in the background talking. All right, AMD's up here. I might take a little position.
How you doing there, John?
I'm good, man.
Are you like that
100
puppets
shares.
guy?
I'm gonna take 100 shares of AMD here and just risk off of this opening range low up here at 89. Just take a very small risk.
All right. See what I get here now.
Yeah, no worries.
Came about the womb of man with everything that you demand. You could say I had a plan way before I had a fan.
All right, guys, starting to pay attention to Walgreens here.
You ain't never did the work, but you want to be the best. Lately I could never.
All right, gonna give Walgreens one more chance to break out towards 62.72. If it breaks below VWAP, we'll look for it to bounce back to VWAP and try to short there. If not, we're looking for one more drive and fail. 10,000 shares going through there at 43, guys.
Somebody asked how many screens do you watch, Mitch?
Man.
3, right?
I got 4 screens.
Yeah.
But stocks would be better count because, you know, it depends on your sizing, really. How many stocks do you have? I got 1, I got 6, 10. Got about 15 charts up.
Yeah, that's about me too. I mean, I don't know. Let me see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 charts up. I've got 3 monitors. I've got one here, big ultra wide 34-inch in the middle, and then another 27-inch on the inside. So 27, 34-inch ultra wide is my setup.
All right, so a couple of bad buyers come in here, and Walgreens need to be careful with this resistance at 72. I saw bag buyers jump in there for Walgreens.
All right, I added another 200 or another 100 shares to AMD here, just because this looks like a fake out fade, and now I could risk same risk as before at that opening range low at 89. And I don't mind the weakness here now that it has gotten flushed all the way below the VWAP, and so we'll give it a chance. But I'm basically trading with the money I made already today, so
there you go, trading with the house.
Yep. I appreciate the support, guys. I appreciate the support, Real Cash. Fix that. There we go.
All right, guys. Walgreens trying to break out there. Went to the resistance, broke above the resistance, and then pulled right back. So gonna go and see if it's gonna hold that resistance now. Get above that.
All right, I just took off that added 100 shares I added to it, and now I'm just holding the original amount I had. And I really don't mind adding back to it if it does bounce up here. And so we'll see. but I might just hold it as well here.
And if it don't make a dollar, then how could it make a real change?
I mean, I will say this, though. The mornings have been much more favorable to me starting last week, and so maybe I should take some bigger swings the first part of the morning. Shorted SPWR. AMD's getting squeezed up here. Luckily, I've already made money on the trade, but. And I think we gotta just watch the SPY too. I think that's gonna influence a lot of these, especially like AMD that I'm holding here.
Yeah, I'm liking this Walgreens. It just made a quick downturn, so let it try pop one more time.
Yeah, I added my 100 shares back to this one because I'm trading so small in the day that I don't mind trading with the money I've made already. And I'm just gonna stick with that 89 risk. So I'm risking like I'll be break even, maybe slightly down if this one goes the other way. You in a trade though, Mitch?
No, trying to calculate Walgreens right here. Get it right here. I'll let you guys know what happens once I get in. Trying to see it with the price action here in the 70s. Some volume getting bought up there. Need to give it a second.
There goes Roku breaking under now. Triple top for Roku at that point. SPWR did wash out under G-Row, so nice work, bro. Looks like that one worked out well for you, brother.
All right, there you go. Now it's starting to look weak. Let it try one more time. Anything in the 60s, I can get into it.
SPY reversing a little bit here. Alright, squeeze up here in AMD. I'm not going to add any more to it. I'm just going to leave it alone and play it break even now. Give it a chance. I think this big level here, like 84 is big. This big level at 84 is big. I think this level here is big. But again, I'm going to risk off of this 89
All right,
level.
guys. Starter put on here. Starter put on in Walgreens.
Yeah, I'll throw you up.
Gonna look to add here in the 60s. Let's see if we get any pop in the 50s and 60s so I can hit an ad. Got a bad fill there. Jumped in market. It's probably my mistake. Tried to limit into a stock like this with a bigger range.
There you go. Got you up. Alright, so yeah, guys, just to break it down for everybody that just joined. Now this is Mitch's screen. This isn't my screen anymore. This is Mitch's screen.
Gotta be careful here, guys. It's pushing up on me. Definitely didn't get kind of where I wanted to get an entry. Was fighting to get an entry in the 60s. Should have just taken a trade into the strength instead of trading into the weakness. Definitely my mistake. Chase the trade.
What strategy are you using for this one?
This is just kind of a VWAP reject. Once it rejected here, was expecting it to break through the VWAP. It held right at VWAP, which is an issue. But we need to get right back to these 50s. This is kind of where I wanted to get in versus where I'm holding towards my risk. So that just shows you never want to be in the middle of the chart. I got stuck in the middle of the chart right now.
I appreciate the sub. Welcome to the team, man. Appreciate it, bro. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day right here on YouTube. We day trade the open and day trade the market day every weekday morning for free on YouTube. So show your love. Hit that subscribe button. If you click the bell, it's going to turn on notifications and you'll get an alert every time we go live. And so smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and come join us again. Listen to some good music and watch the markets with us.
All right, guys, this isn't looking good. Might get squeezed out right here. Finger on the buy, about to get squeezed out. Out. Squeezed out there. Big loss. Bad entry.
Yeah, I got a squeeze on mine too on AMD. We'll see though.
Yeah, really bad trade there, guys. Bad entry.
Appreciate the sub, guys. Appreciate the love. Alright, so we got a really beautiful drop here, and I can take my other half off. I'm going to go ahead and just take another 100 off and really just make this going to be a winning trade no matter what. There we go. 72. Appreciate the love, guys. Appreciate the love. Nice little breakdown here. Getting ready to take profits off of this one. I hope you guys could see how I kind of added to it when it was favorable and then took profits, making it a pretty risk-free trade in this one. Probably going to jump out here. I think I'm just going to take my win. $30 win there, I'll take it. Maybe going to consider adding back to it if it moves up, but still getting my feet wet. John, the stock market's not open yesterday, man. In gross profit on last week, I made like around 500, about 450. But I'm in the system building process, and so I don't have any kind of, I don't have any huge urge to just make a lot of money. I'm just trying to build a system. And yeah, not an expert or a guru or anything like that, so. We'll see if I should have held AMD, but, you know, at this point, I think that taking my win and just walking away is fine. I was short, yes, I was short. I just scalped it, is what I did. I appreciate it, Marquise. Yeah, I mean, I was short, though, brother, so just realize that, Marquise. I wasn't long. I was short.
Missed the fade on Alibaba. Wanted to see that one, but didn't keep an eye on it. Missed it.
My wife's hanging out, man. Carol. She'll probably we'll try to get her back on the stream one week or one day this week. She might be back. If you guys ask her nicely, she might be back.
Yeah, I might take one more trade and just call it a day, guys.
Maybe I should have held AMD. It's dropping nicely. Okay, good. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, Marquise. How do you guys not like the jazz, man? The jazz is just calming, man. It's just calming.
Alright, not seeing much out there right now. Everything kind of slowed up for me.
Tesla's back down there, and we'll consider we'll see what we get there. Still watching Tesla. Appreciate the love, man. We got a lot of new subs in the last 10 minutes, so sorry if I can't give you a shout out. Appreciate it, Sebastian, Place, Mister. Appreciate the love, guys. Welcome to the team. Again, hit that sub button if you haven't already. We're gonna watch AMD, see if we get a drop here. You feel like you're in Starbucks. That's my favorite comment of the day, man. Shout out to him, man. Made me laugh, bro. Oscar, man. Appreciate that, man. Oscar made me laugh in here. With the jazz music playing, Oscar said, I feel like I'm in Starbucks. Love it, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, go. It's like I said, man, I put out a video talking about something that helped my trading. And what helped my trading is just having a backup option aside from trading. That helps me to just say, look, it's not the end of the world if trading doesn't work out. And it's my suggestion to any new traders, man. If you don't put too much pressure on yourself to succeed. It's just gonna end up backfiring. There's the squeeze up on AMD. Francis said took the fade on Roku, but waited for it to break the previous day's close. Small green. Hey, green is green, bro. I mean, at the same time, though, I'm taking 20 shares and so of course I'm calm. You know, just to be fair to myself, if I'm taking 20 shares, I'd like to act like I'm just an ice box. I'm just an ice box over here. I'm just Mr. Calm, but I'm taking 20 shares, so yeah. I'm gonna be pretty calm. If I was taking 1,000 shares, I doubt I would be that calm. You know, just to be objective. Probably not, Brian. You're not gonna be able to take. You're probably not gonna be able to trade most low floaters on TEFs and TradeNet. You might be able to trade some, but I think that most penny stocks, most low floaters aren't gonna be tradable. I still think speaking of them, if anybody wants to help support our channel, I'll post this link. You can go check them out. Again, though, guys, I think that it just makes sense because I think that when you look at what you get for that bundle, it just makes a lot of sense. You know, for their base package, their intro package, it's $3.99 through my link. You might be able to talk them into something cheaper, really. But it's $3.99 through my link, and for that, you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. You get 14K in buying power for $400. You know, you get a day trading course, you get access to their chat room, you get a demo account to trade with, and then you get to apply, and almost everybody's approved for the funded account. Let you day trade with no PDT, let you to short stocks. Most new traders can't short, they need a margin account, and I think it's just favorable for new traders. I think most new traders are going to lose their account no matter what, and so you might as well find a cheap option, and I think TradeNet and TEFs is that cheap option. It operates like a prop firm, so there is a 70-30 profit split. You got to split 30% of your profits, and there's a $700 max loss. But I think it just makes sense, you know. And so if anybody wants to help support us, we do make a commission. So of course we're going to be biased towards them because we make that commission. But if you want to help support us, I'll post this link. This is Taps and TradeNet. Right, man. Marquise, doesn't it though, man? Doesn't Jazz work, man? I'm telling you, man. Jazz helps, you know? Like we said it the other day. If you don't like Jazz, I'm just going to assume you're a bad trader. You know what I mean? Yep. And I mean, I think to be fair, I think most traders are going to lose their TEFs and TradeNet account too, man. But I think it's just a cheaper option. It's cheaper to lose a TradeNet account than it is to deposit $2,000 into another conventional platform and then lose that $2,000, you know, which most new traders are going to do regardless. And so I think it just makes sense for new traders. I think it's a cheaper way to get started. You get to short stocks, you get to day trade with no PDT rule. It's a solid platform, you know. Go to that link, man. I'm pretty sure it works for Canadians. But yeah, go to that link above. Here, I'll post it again if you want it. There's the link. But yeah, just go to that link. Appreciate the sub, Jay. What's up, man? Appreciate it. Yeah, AMD squeezed up, so I got out of it at the right time, I guess.
Came about the womb of man with everything that you demand. You could say I had a plan way before I had a fan. Some would probably call it luck, I just call it being blessed. You ain't never did the work, but you wanna be the best. Lately I could never stress, never better yet. Might have had a thing.
Yeah, I mean, no, you get, if you look there, it says you get to apply for the funded account program, which, like I said, operates like a prop firm. And in my opinion, I think almost everybody's approved. I can't say for sure that everybody's going to be approved, but I'm pretty sure that you can get a refund for the TradeNet package all the way up till the point where you make your first trade on the funded account they give you. And so with that, if you don't get access to the funded account, you can just get a refund, I think. And so best thing to do is reach out to them. But yeah, so the base package gives you 14,000 in buying power if you're approved for the funded account, which again, I think almost everybody is. You get 14K to trade with. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade and short. I mean, I'm guessing, Joggle, most traders lose, and so I'm guessing that they don't actually like put their money on it until the trader shows that they're profitable, and then if the trader shows that they're profitable, then they then they bank on their trades. But if they're not profitable, they just don't, and so it's all profit is what I'm assuming, and that's fine. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. If it's a safe bet, and it makes sense, I think. But again, this is all speculation, but I think that's probably how it works. And the big thing is, like, as long as they pay out, which I've heard they have, which I heard they do, I think that's all that really matters with it. Yeah, hang in there, Daniel. What happens, brother? Yeah, I mean, and if you think about it in that regard, like, it makes sense, and I'm not even mad at them for it, Joggle. It's like this, man. So they probably just wait to actually, like, put money on it, and they let the trader kind of test and kind of watch their first few trades before they actually start to take those trades with them. And so once they actually start to and they realize the trader's profitable, then they probably bet on their trades. And I think that makes a lot more sense from a business perspective as well. And again, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I think that makes sense too. I think it's a safe bet, and I think that considering the percentage of traders that fail, I think that's the only thing that makes sense, you know. And it's, like I said, people are going to be desperate to criticize, and that's fine. But I think in the end, it's the cheapest option new traders have. You know, you get the most for the cheapest amount, and I think that makes sense. And it's one of the ways new traders can get started for cheap without risking a lot. I just trade conventional stocks, man. No Forex. If I traded Forex, I'd never sleep. And so for that reason, I don't trade Forex. But again, like I said, guys, just to restate this, this is all just speculation. I really don't know. But I think that the risk reward makes a lot of sense. And I think that if a prop firm, like a conventional prop firm, was doing it too, that's probably how they would do it first. You know what I mean? Alright, so AMD reversed. Glad I got out of it when I did. Still just waiting here. Maybe CGC might look interesting. It's been in a pretty bearish trend. SPY still strong though. SPY's up to 308s, you know. And so we're gonna wait and, you know, see what the SPY gives us here. SPWR did reverse. So what's everybody else watching right now, guys? I'm just kind of, I'm keeping an eye on some stuff, but again, the SPY's pushing up towards the highs here, and so we're just gonna wait. But I'm still kind of watching Tesla. I was watching Netflix too. Netflix had a nice little bounce there, but we're gonna wait until we get a little bit better moves here. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I've seen it too. Almost mostly on technicals. Reading the tape, I mean, I look at the time and sales, and I look at the level 2 to determine when to enter, you know. But aside from that, I don't put too much weight over it. I tend to prefer to look at support and resistance lines more than anything. With, you know, I'm not really even much of a trend trader to a certain extent. Like, I'm not looking at trend lines. I'm looking at support and resistance most of the time on a very short-term basis, and I'm shorting those moves over everything else. But I think everybody has a different style and a different kind of niche that they attack in the market, and, you know, if you can make it work, you can make it work. I'm not going to judge anybody for trading in a different way than I do. And I think that one of the ways that you can find that one of the ways that you can tell if somebody is like a naive trader is if they try to tell you that their way is the only way. And I think that there's so many different ways to make money in the market that you got to respect people that have their own style, their own personality in trading, and their own niche. And, you know, everybody's a little bit different too. Yeah, what's CLBS doing? I've also haven't looked at SQ today. Yeah, for sure. And like I said, everybody's a little bit different. Like, I look at trends, don't get me wrong. Like, I use the VWAP, which is an intraday trend indicator. But what I mean is, like, I don't really trade triangles or, like, flags most of the time. I'll trade dips, and I'll trade fades and bounces mostly. A lot of times with scalps. And so, again, since I'm scalping it, I'm just trading it on a very short-term basis. And so, longer-term charts aren't going to be as beneficial for me.
All right, gonna see if there's some bag buying here in Kron here at the bottom. There's a little bit, 3,000 shares going through there at 810. Let's see if it can create another bottom here at 8 and then collect up some volume and break through 810s.
Yeah, CLVS just got hammered today. And I don't hate it if it pulls back for a short, just because I can use that previous day's close on CLVS, and a lot of times that's going to be a favorable level to put some weight on. Let's see. Opening, close, 588. So it's right here. Yeah, so I don't mind that level. You get a lot of resistance right around that level, and so if CLVS pulls back to 588, I might consider it. You like the song, Daniel? That's a dope song, right? Rain Check by Dylan Sitz. That's a dope song, man. I love that song. I have it. It's the song that I have playing the most on my playlist. With Fold, FOLD, it's back to the VWAP here. I mean, honestly, no, I'm mostly a short bias trader. I'm mostly short. Like, I think today I took one long and one short, so I mix it up. Yeah, that song's called Rain Check, by the way. And how do you get good at reading the tape? I'm not really much of a tape reader. Mitch is probably the better guy to ask that. I'm just not that good at it. I don't pay that much attention to it, if I'm being completely honest.
You gotta understand liquidity. Liquidity.
Yeah, we got a class on it.
Yeah, so definitely check out the class, and they'll start teaching you how to compare the liquidity between the level 2 and what actually is flowing through on the time and sales. Because as we all know, level 2s just show us orders that are out there, not filled orders. Time and sales is what separates the level 2 from where shares are actually being filled.
Yep. Yeah, there's the link. I just posted the link to our level 2 and time and sales class. Like I said, we got a lot of free classes. Honestly, we got like 24 now free classes, hours and hours of content for free. So go check them out. We got a whole playlist of classes. Yeah, I'm just waiting here.
Alright.
CGC, something I'm watching. Kind of keeping an eye on Tesla, although it's sideways.
Might take a bottom trade here, guys. Reversal, looking for a red to green and cron. Starting to see the volume come in there at 803s, 805s, also 810. Some long stuck.
Walgreens pulling back to the VWAP. We might want to consider that one. CLVS going all the way up to 5? I don't know, man. Or you mean all the way down to 5? Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I don't know, but I could see that happening at least. Tesla, I can enter it at 341 maybe. Yeah, CLVS is tradable. Yeah, it's tradable. Yeah, so we can trade CLVS. Me? I look nervous? I'm not nervous at all, man. I'm hanging out. CGC pulling back might be good. Still kind of watching Tesla. We'll see. SPY's still ripping up though. SPY might break 3.0, the high of the day here at 308.11. It's at 3.011 now. It's at that high now. We'll see if it pushes up. Roku pulling back a little bit here. Just go to our YouTube and just look at playlists. You should see free day trading class course or whatever. But yeah, we get the whole playlist of it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I usually go to Walgreens to get the stocking stuffers too. So they'll probably do well for the holidays, I'm assuming. I don't know if the winter test drive is still open for trade ideas. I don't think it is. Let me see. If it is, I'll post that link. If not, I'll post the other link. I don't think it is. It might be though. Let me see. What? Did I post the wrong link? I think they closed it. Dun, dun, dun. Oh no, there it is. What is this here? Oh no, man, maybe I posted the wrong link for it. Oh, no, you can sign up through November 20th. Oh, so yeah, guys, if y'all want to check out the winter test drive for trade ideas, which lets you try them out for 2 weeks for like $9. To put that into perspective, a month of trade ideas for me is $118. And so the fact that you could try them out for 2 weeks for like $9, tops like $18, it's just a ridiculously cheap deal. It's one of the better ways to try them out. And so if you want to check that out, I'll post this link here. No, I don't trade pre and after hours, Daniel. But yeah, go check out the Trade Ideas test drive. Great way to help support us as well.
All right, guys, and I'm back. All right. I feel like everything slowed down a little bit, so I've just been trying to take a pause. Find if there's going to be any more charts to set up.
Yeah, I'm looking at Tesla, maybe for a rejection, although it's kind of sideways and it's been crossing over the under the VWAP, so I don't like it as much for Tesla, but it's one I am watching. Yeah, Roku kind of looks like a flag. I can kind of see that. But the problem is it's now below the VWAP, and so we'll see.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Netflix, see if it can, see if it's gonna break out here, if it's gonna flip back below VWAP, and I'll take a short on that.
Yeah, I'll throw you up. I'm gonna run to the restroom. That coffee, man.
Keeping an eye on certain stocks now.
Alright. I got Mitch up here. I'll be back, guys.
Not scared to take a trade also in Walgreens if it can finally start cracking down here. All right, guys. How we doing out there, traders? All right, traders, let's go ahead and take a look here, see if we start seeing some breakdowns or some breakouts. There's Walgreens cracking to the 60s. Still not going to be a breakdown until we get underneath the VWAP here. Let's see if we can get it underneath the VWAP here. Also looking at Derm. Was thinking about shorting this one. Keeps trying to break $8 here. This one has a potential squeeze with this low volume that it's had on the daily. But on Friday I had a big move, so I was taking a look at it today, see if it was going to pull back to 775. All right. Seeing Kron double bottom there at 8. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot here on a long back. This is kind of a red to green move. Buying the bag, they say. We're going to buy the bag here, guys, at 8.05 and risk off of the $8 mark. We're looking for this to come back to VWAP and come back up here. Let's see what we get. It's going to be a quick trade, only 5-cent risk. And we'll see if we can get it back above 810s. That's really what we'll start uptrending and then can push up there. All right, skilled. Indicators that I mostly depend on would have to include VWAP, the 9 EMA. Those are two that I really like. And then I used to trade often with a MACD. I don't do it anymore because I feel like I kind of know trends. But the MACD is a really good overall trend indicator. So I think that's one that you can use if you're looking for indicators. The blue line on my chart here is going to be the 9 EMA. That's the 9 EMA. It moves really closely with stocks, often above or below it, determining bearish or bullish. But a lot of people use this 9 EMA. It's probably what I would call a quick signal moving average. So meaning that it's very short term, but showing you short term trend.
Look
There
at
you go.
Fold, man. Fold had a beautiful fade there, man.
Yeah, man. I called it out earlier, but I didn't take it. I called it out on that first fade.
Yeah, the first one was solid. SPY is pulling back a little bit here.
There's definitely some bags in this. Just got to hold at 8 because the bags got in at 803, 807. And I was looking for a hold of $8 one more time. That's what we got. That's why I took the trade. So just got to hold off the 8. Let's see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be done for the day.
GON. It's so the shorter term time frame that you're using for an EMA, the shorter term like trades, it's going to work. So like the 9 EMA is going to be really good for short term. As you get longer and longer, they're going to tell you longer term trends. So like the 50 and the 100, it's just for much longer term trades. And so it really just depends on how long you're holding your stocks. neither is better than either one. Like, none are better than the other. It just depends on if you can make it work or not. You know, everybody has their own little preferences for EMAs and stuff like that, and so it doesn't necessarily mean that one is better than the other. It's just whichever one that you find favorable results with is the one to go with, you know. Yeah, then
Alright,
shorter
for
term
Mike-
time frames might be better,
For
but
Kron, we need to see 810s get bought up here. So 806 push and then 810s.
yeah, but Geo, it just depends, man. You know, I'm not gonna say one is gonna be better than the other. It's just all dependent on how you trade and what you can make work. You know.
Agreed.
Forward is back up there. I don't really want to short it now, though. I think it's faded 4 times today, and so with that, just a little bit risky, I think. Tesla is one I'm still kind of looking at. So we'll see what we get with Tesla here. I'm watching Tesla and Netflix. Kind of watching Roku too, although Roku's gotten very choppy the last few minutes. Yeah, what happened to AMD? I forgot about that one. Let me look. Tesla's looking better though. It's just Tesla needs to pick a trend first.
You could say I had a plan way before I had a fan. Some would probably call it luck. I just call it being blessed. You ain't never did the work, but you wanna be the best. Lately I could never stress, never better yet. Might have had a thing for you. She know I'm the better bet.
Alright, there's a big bidder. I know someone talked about price action earlier. So on the level 2s right now in Kron, you see 231 on the bid on 808. What you want to see is that sizing getting filled and showing up on the time and sales. If it's not showing up on the time and sales, then it's someone just trying to trick the market maker or push the stock in a certain direction. Especially for you momentum traders, a lot of the times you're going to see that kind of sizing jump up on the ass side. Reason why is they'll jump up on the ass side for a momentum breakout. And a lot of times you'll see a lot of volume sitting at a higher level on the level 2. And what you need to see is the volume approach that and break through it. So kind of the volume getting scooped up at that level. All right, guys, just got to be careful here, guys. Got the start of a red candle. Can't let it go below the lows, which is $8.
Yeah, Roku's asking me if I'm long in Tesla. I'm not in anything right now, man. Tesla is just sideways, really. It's crossed over under the VWAP. It's gone up and down and up and down, and it's just sideways. And so not really any clear trend that I can take advantage of except a sideways trend. And so I'm just going to ignore it until it picks a direction.
All right, guys, looks like I'm about to get stopped out. If I do, it's fine. It's only going to be $50.
Thinking that you got me figured, you figured it wrong, but it's okay, I truly forgive you. Lately, I ain't got the time to be picking up fights when I'm trying to pick from the menu. Spilling pieces of a
Tesla go back to all-time high? I have no idea, man. I don't know. It might not. I don't know, man. Long-term? I mean, I can't tell you. I'm not really a long-term trader. AMD's too sideways for me right now, too.
Everything's kind of slowed down there for a little while. Everything's slowed down there.
Yeah. A little bit choppy right now. The SPY's bullish, you know. But everything else is kind of meh. Nothing that I see that's super favorable for me.
Yeah.
Try not to. I mean, really for me right now, it's 200 to 300. I don't want to lose over 200 to 300. You know, I'd ideally like not to lose over 200, and I'd like my wins to be anywhere between, you know, 200 to 400. But I mean, that's ideal, you know. And remember, guys, to hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day, and so if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We do this for free. Go live every day on YouTube, listening to good music, watching the market. You can watch us trade live. You know, so we hope you'll come join us again. And remember, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's keep pushing. Uh-oh, my computer's making rocket sounds. And like I said, if you want to use the same platform as us, there's a lot of benefits to using them. Again, for $400 for $3.99, you get 14,000 in buying power. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade short stocks as much as you want. Also comes with a demo account to trade with, a day trading course, and a chat room access for 2 weeks, I think. And everybody gets to apply to the funded account program, and a large majority get the funded account. And I think if you don't get the funded account, you can get a refund as well. And so I think it just makes sense. 14,000 in buying power, no PDT rule, day trading and shorting ability. You can trade on a solid platform. You get a decent amount of buying power. And I think it just makes sense. It's one of the cheaper ways. To be fair, I think most traders are probably going to lose their accounts. I think most new traders are just going to lose. And so I think that this is just a cheaper way. It's cheaper to do this than it is to deposit thousands when you first get started into a conventional broker and lose that. And I think for that reason, this makes a lot of sense. You can day trade short, comes with a trading course, access to a chat room, demo account, paper account to trade with. And like I said, I think that just makes sense from a beginner's perspective. So yeah, if anybody wants to check that out, like I said, great way to help support our channel here. Of course, we're biased in their regard because we post referral links and we make commission if people sign up to us. And so of course we're biased. But if you want to help support us, here's the link. Go check them out.
All right, guys, hands on the cover button, about to cover. About to get out there, guys. 126,000 shares going through there. Just got to hold to $7.99. If I see anything fill at $7.98, I'll go ahead and just step out. What we saw there is dark pooling, guys. One thing I talk about all the time, guys, there's routes that you cannot see. What we're seeing right here in Cron is dark pool ordering.
Yeah, nice, Oscar. He said all aboard them. Spoke with Angela. Nice, man. Yeah, bro, like I said, I think it just makes sense. I think it's, technically it's an educational package, but I think what comes with it is so beneficial for new traders. Like, gaining that experience, like, listen, you're going to learn the most over everything else from experience trading the market. And with TEFs, they give you a solid account. You can trade small. Like, commissions are ridiculously cheap. Like, I posted my P&L last week, and everybody jumped on there saying, oh, you're going to make zero money. You're going to lose money after commissions, when I'm netting like 75% of my gross profit. And so commissions are super cheap, especially if you use small size. And for that alone, I think it makes lots of sense.
Let's see what's gonna happen with this dark pool order that just went through. It was about over 100,000 shares. I think we got a total of 131,000 on that 1 minute candle.
Dark pool, not Drake pool.
Drake pool.
Drake started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Next thing you know, you're gonna hear a song. Drake pulling from the bottom. No, yeah, look it up, guys. If you guys don't know what it is, definitely look it up.
Yeah. So UVXY and TVIX, Jeffrey. If you've been trading UVXY, look at TVIX as well. They're both inverse volatility ETFs, and so they essentially do the opposite of what the market does most of the time. Not always, but most of the time they do the opposite. Yeah, because the reason they're not always doing the opposite is because sometimes volatility can make them do different things, you know. But for the most part, they do the opposite. On a daily basis, they do the opposite as well.
All right, guys, need to see ads at 8:10. 8:10 will show me that confirmation. All right, guys, I'm gonna put a stop because I need to go to the restroom right quick, and I'll be back.
Yeah, guys, like I said, we'll use William here as an example. If you want to kind of spam your content, you know, ask me first. Like, we had a few people ask me last week if they could promote their own content on here, and I gave them permission. But when you just spam your content in the chat, you are almost certainly going to get banned from here. You know, it's one thing if you ask me and I say yes, then I'm going to be giving you free advertising. But if you just try to come here and spam your content to all of our viewers, like I said, you're almost certainly going to get banned, you know. Yeah, dark pool just means nobody can see it, and so it's not as easily manipulated, if that makes sense.
All right, guys, I'm back here. Might get stopped out here underneath 8. Can't let it go underneath 8, guys. The last rejection, they really didn't like that last rejection there at 8.8. Should have broken out through that 8.10 there.
I'm new to large caps, kind of. Is this a slow day? Not really. It's not necessarily slow. It's slowed up substantially the last 30 minutes or so. But if you look at the SPY, I mean, the SPY's picking a trend, and we got some movement with a lot of these. It just depends on the sector. Some sectors are slower than others, but not really. It's not like a terribly slow day. It's not like a great day or anything, but it's not like ridiculously slow. It's just not great, you know? Like when it's really slow, everything will just be sideways, and so some stuff is sideways, but some stuff is picking trends as well, so, you know, kind of so-so. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to work with futures, man. I can't tell you. Like I said, never traded futures, don't know anything about them. Can't say whether my strategy and system is going to work for them. I know risk reward is key, regardless of what you're doing, but I don't know enough about it to say yes or no, to be honest. But yeah, guys, remember to hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day on YouTube, so smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, show your love. We go live every weekday for free on YouTube, showing you guys all aspects of our trading. And so if you appreciate that transparency, hit the subscribe button, click the bell. If you turn on notifications, you'll get an alert every time we go live, which again is every single weekday morning. Appreciate the sub, Jay, Roberto. Appreciate the love, guys. Welcome to the team. Yeah, that's probably why. It's Veterans Day. That makes sense. Yeah, probably right. It's Veterans Day. Usually going to be dull. Some people are going to be taking off.
One that I like also that I didn't trade today was Dropbox. That one should have been traded today. Good moves on that one. All right, guys. Looks like I'm about to get stopped out here.
Hey,
Anything
appreciate
feels
the love.
right here.
Appreciate the love, trucker. Thanks, bro.
About to step out. All right, guys. Hands on the trigger to sell here.
Yeah, shout out to all our veterans today. Appreciate all the sacrifices made.
Someone's definitely trying to move this cron here, guys, at 8. It's, on that last candle, we got about another 90,000 shares. I think about 75,000 of that was dark pooling. So someone's putting hidden orders in cron. Hidden orders. Yep, definitely last trade of the day for me, guys. Seeing kind of a rejection there on Walgreens. We'll see if it gets back below VWAP.
Yeah, Netflix is pulling back to the VWAP as well. Might be a VWAP bounce there. We'll wait for it though. That's right, man. And to the veterans' families for sure. Let's see. I thought Disney Plus was today, right? Not really much of a swing trader. NASDAQ. Sorry, brother. Let me see.
We got a comment in the chat. I don't know how you say that. Manic Tiger. There you go. You put up hidden orders are obvious.
12th. Yeah.
That they're when there's supposedly thin level 2s and it won't clear. It's called institutional transfer. I wouldn't use that word because you're literally stating that it's only institution. Those are not the only people that have access to dark pooling. I know day traders that are using dark pooling. I can name a guru that uses dark pooling a lot of the times, but I'm not going to put him out there. But dark pooling is something that is very commonly used by traders that use big size. It's the only way to hide your sizing from the market. You have to pay more for it, but you can hide the sizing from the level 2.
Yeah.
This is something that all traders need to know, and something that we remind you by always letting you know that one trader can change the pattern.
Yep.
I think that's something that a lot of traders don't understand, and that's why they let runners or losers run, because they don't understand that one trader could just be that one trader that says, I don't agree with this pattern.
Not
I'm going to
today.
trade it a different way, and I'm going to trade it with bigger sizing than you have, bigger sizing that's what's flowing in right now, and change the direction. And so one thing to always remember is that even though your trade could look perfect, even though it could be setting up great, it doesn't always mean that it's going to turn out positive. All we do is we take trades based on probability, not based on right or wrong.
Yeah, I'm from Louisiana, NASDAQ, so I don't know if I met you up in Brooklyn, bro. I don't think I've been to Brooklyn one time a long time ago. But yeah, I'm from Louisiana, man. I live in Texas. Oh, man. AMD rip it up. Kind of looks like a BY bounce. I am in Houston area. What? I don't have a course, man, Seth. So I mean, what do you mean? You want to buy my course? We don't sell a course, bro. Let me scroll up. You talking about TradeNet and TAFs? That's not my course. What seminar, man? We don't have a seminar either. Yeah, like, listen, man. We don't sell a course. I don't know which one you're talking about, man. Yeah, we are just, we're a free resource and community. We post referral links for other people, though, like for TradeNet TEFs, our platform, the broker we use. But it's not our course. You know, we don't sell a course. Everything we do is free, bro.
Yep. All right, guys. I agree with you. Starting to get a little sleepy. All right, guys. So I was talking with Manic in the chat here. We're talking about kind of another situation also where a lot of times you'll see what he calls gridlock, and that happens often, guys. What we see is kind of a slowdown in the level 2s, and a lot of the times what ends up happening is it could be institutions, it could be the market maker, it could be market insiders, but a lot of the times they'll take up liquidity on one side to get it to the next level on the level 2, and that usually causes certain traders to be stopped out. And so that's why we don't put active stops out, because market makers can see your active stops and they can actually use the momentum of their liquidity to take it to those stops, so that traders get stopped out and then the stock moves back in a direction.
Yeah, quick stock, man. Listen, I don't think I could trade MICT. I'm mostly trading mid and high cap stocks. But listen, man, a lot of times we'll get people and they'll post all this stuff and then they'll kind of try to plug themselves. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I'm saying if anybody tries to do that, you're gonna get banned. You know, and so just a heads up. And sorry guys, I gotta look out for you know, like I said, you get a lot of people on YouTube just kind of trying to take advantage of the community we have, and so I gotta be like that.
All right, back to
Not saying that's
$8
what you're
here,
doing.
guys. This could crack down here. Just gotta pay attention.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's what anybody's doing. I'm just saying if anybody's trying to post pics and then eventually gonna say, hey, go check out my website or go check out my content, again, you're gonna get banned, you know.
All right, guys, about to get out here. It's not looking good. Should have already bounced there to VWAP at least, guys.
Yeah, Oscar, I mean, listen, man, it's just about having the right expectations, bro. Listen, I think, like I said, in all honesty, I think most traders are going to lose their TradeNet and Tefs account, too. I think most traders are just going to lose regardless of where they go, you know? And so just have the right expectations. Remember, if you go watch my video I put out this weekend, Oscar, and it talks about how too high of expectations will kill any profits you're going to make. You know what I mean? And so I think it's a good video. So go check that out if y'all can.
All right, got out of there, guys. Didn't want to take the shot of it coming down to the 790s. Gonna go ahead and step out. And that's just how it's gonna go today.
Yep. Good thing about trading, there's always another day, brother. SPY maybe dipping here, maybe running up. I'm in with 50 shares of Netflix, looking for a bounce. Let's see if we can get it. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yep,
a little
it's
bit
gonna
already.
continue to try to find what strategy is working right now. VWAP fades have definitely not been the strongest lately, so gonna continue try to find what trades are working, what trades aren't. Only way to do that is to actually trade it.
Market, we'll see if the market bounces here. AMD's reaching towards those highs, about to break highs, it looks like. We'll see what happens with that. Roku kind of looks like a good short. I don't really want to take a position long and a position short though, since I'm already long in Netflix here. We're just going to wait for Netflix to break. It's been finding some resistance at this $0.50, honestly, over and over again. So hopefully we can get a break there.
I think I actually might agree with Manic. I think the Agos are starting to have an edge in this free commission world.
All right,
But
here's
we'll
the push.
see in the
Let's see if we
long
can
run.
start taking some profits here if we get a squeeze up for Netflix. Let's see if we get one more move up. I'm gonna take half off there, be a wimp about it, but we'll hold these rest. We'll hold the rest here and try to let it run up. And all this is just building some cushion on the day for me to actually start taking my larger swings here. That's all I'm really trying to do. Luckily today, you know, it's been a really solid day. No losing trades so far. Taking the VWAP bounce here on Netflix. We'll give it a chance. Probably going to take some more off here soon and just jump out if we can maybe break 50 in profit. I'll let it test this high right here. There's a beautiful squeeze up. I don't want to be greedy, so my hand's over the cover button. Almost about to get out, but beautiful move here. We'll give it one more chance to push over this 293 whole dollar level, and then we'll jump out if it doesn't. Didn't get the bounce. I'm gonna jump out there. But yeah, nice little win. You know, no losing day or no losing trade so far today. My name is John, man. My name is John. Yeah, go check out our playlist, man. Here, I'll post a few videos for you, bro. I'll give you one on VWAP, like kind of breaking down VWAP is really the best one, or one of the best ones if you're looking for the strategies we use. We have one that breaks down the VWAP and then touches on a few choice strategies. And it's a really good one. So I'll post that link for you here. You know, it goes over 2 strategies, one long, one short, based off of the VWAP. So here it is. Go check that out. Yeah, there it is, right there. It's a free class on VWAP related strategies right there. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, so what you see here, guys, is I'm using the same strategies that I've talked about in my weekend videos. You know, just very short-term VWAP bounce and VWAP fade scalps. Those tend to work really, really well on Netflix, Tesla, mid and high cap stocks. And again, no losing trades. You know, no losing trades today, so it's been going really well. I'm still going to take some bigger swings, of course, after the stream, because honestly, I'm really trying to push towards $1,000 in profit. Yeah, no worries, Seth. No worries, brother.
You ain't never did the work, but you wanna be the best. Lately I could never stress, never better yet. Might have had a thing for you, she know I'm the better bet. I digress, I let it rest, go and get another check. I could always see my future, I bet they could never guess. Guessing they get it, cause look at me now and then look at yourself in the mirror. I know they doubted my thesis, but they doubted Jesus, and right now I'm making it clear. Clearly these people don't know where they going, and lately I feel like the man with the map. I got this shit out the mud, you could give me the word and I'll probably give it right back. Back of the bus I was scraping the change, back in my head I was living a life. Back in my job I was losing the focus and trying to find ways to get back to the mic. All of this working ain't working, I felt like a liar and I cannot lie to my soul. I know the truth universal, so don't let me tell you, I know that a lot of you know. Spilling pieces of a poet, don't you know it, I'm the real thing, baby. And if it don't make $1, then how could it make a real change, baby? Spilling pieces of a poet, don't you know it, I'm the real thing, baby. And if it don't make $1, then how could it make a real change, baby? Ay. Came about the womb a giant, you were licking, you were client. Now you got so much to say, I was hurting, you was quiet. Glory is as glory does, so you know the story love. Never thought he'd be a legend.
I think it's right around there with lag. With trade ideas, I have to put a lag on the stream. You know, my contact with trade ideas told me it needs to be around a minute at least. It just can't be real time, and so yeah. I mean, trade ideas gave me the green light for it, but yeah, per their policy, there has to be a slight lag and everything. So.
Thinking that you got me figured, you figured it wrong, but it's okay, I truly forgive you. Lately I ain't got the time to be picking no fights when I'm trying to pick from the menu. Spilling pieces of a poet, don't you know it, I'm the real thing, baby. And if it don't make $1, then how could it make a real change, baby? Spilling pieces of a poet, don't you know it, I'm the real thing, baby.
Yeah, I think I'm out of here, guys. I don't see anything to trade. Nothing following the pattern. No trend. So I'm just going to go ahead and get on out.
Alright, brother. Hey. Tomorrow's a new day, man. And honestly, you kept it pretty small today, brother. So don't stress it, man. Looking at the SPY pulling back to the VWAP some. AMD just ripped up here. Netflix, maybe I should have held it. It ended up pushing up. Kron, maybe we're going to wait for a pullback in that one. Looking at Tesla. Tesla's kind of choppy, though. Roku I was looking at, but it's kind of choppy, too. But yeah, it's past 10 o'clock, so I'm going to go work on my system team as well. Like I said, if anybody wants to use the same platform as us with a big discount, I'll post this link. And I think there's a lot of benefits to them. One of the biggest benefits is that once you're approved for the funded account with the intro package, you get to day trade. You get to day trade with no PDT rule with 14,000 in buying power. You get to short stocks. The base package is $400. And again, I think it just makes sense for new traders. I think new traders can buy these educational packages. It comes with a trading course, access to their chat room and a demo account, and then apply for the funded account. And I think almost everybody's approved. And I think if you're not approved, you can get a refund as well. But reach out to them and ask them that. I'm not 100% sure, but regardless, I think it's just one of the cheapest ways to get started. I think you can day trade short stocks. It operates like a prop firm, and so there is a 70-30 split, and there's a $700 max loss. And so if they give you your 14,000 funded account and you lose 700, you bring it under 13,300, they close you down. And you could always buy another one. You can buy 2 intro packages, but you know, I think that risk reward wise, you're paying $400 and your max loss is 700, so you're getting almost twice as much for that, and I think it just makes sense on a risk reward basis. Again, considering you could day trade short stocks, commissions are actually pretty cheap as well. Like if I buy 20 shares, 100 shares of a stock, my commission for an entire round trip is like $3 or $4, so it's pretty cheap. Of course, as you start using larger sizing, it's a little bit less favorable, but again, I think for new traders that are looking to learn for cheap and day trade and gain that experience with no PDT, pretty cheap commissions, I think it makes a ton of sense, a load of sense. It's cheaper to go the TradeNet route than to deposit thousands into a conventional broker, not be able to short, not be able to day trade with no PDT, and I think it just makes sense, guys. And so I'll post this link if you want to check that out. Well, it's not just YouTubers. It is more so just Trade Ideas' policies, which is understandable. I mean, listen, Trade Ideas is a really cool company. They let you do a lot of cool stuff. They let me stream these scanners every day for free. And so I love Trade Ideas, man. And like I said, Trade Ideas, talking about Trade Ideas, if you look at Trade Ideas has their winter test drive that's going on right now, and you could still sign up for it, and you could try out Trade Ideas for a month, or no, for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, cancel that. You could try out Trade Ideas for 2 weeks, and it's $8.99. And so to put that into perspective, my monthly subscription to Trade Ideas is like $118. The fact that you could try them out for weeks for $9 makes a load of sense. You could try them out. One of the cheapest ways to try out Trade Ideas, it just makes sense. You know, it's a small percentage of what you're actually going to pay, and it's the best deal in town for Trade Ideas in my opinion. Allows you to try them out for weeks, $9, just makes sense, guys. And so if you want to help support our channel as well, both of these are great ways. We make a commission if you sign up through both of these, and so maybe we're biased in their regard, so do your research. But again, great ways to help support us, and it's just very cheap. And so there's that link if you want to try Trade Ideas out. Remember to hit that subscribe button. We day trade live for free every weekday morning on YouTube. Appreciate all the love, guys. Let's see how many likes we got today. But appreciate the love, team, for sure. We got 50 likes, so smash that like button if you haven't already. We do this for free every weekday morning. We day trade the open and let you guys watch us. We're not experts, we're not gurus, we just let you guys watch us trade. And so if you appreciate that, show some love, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want a notification when we do go live, hit that like or hit the subscribe button and click the bell. If you click the bell next to the subscribe button, you'll get an alert every time we go live, which again is every weekday morning. And so if you do want to end up buying a full month of Trade Ideas packages, you can use the promo code BT15 at checkout, get 20% off. Seth, I'm going to post a video. Seth is asking me, what do I do as a job apart from trading? So right now, I do a bunch of different stuff, man. First off, I run 2 Amazon businesses, one Kindle and one Amazon business from home that pay a lot of the bills. You know, I do that. I'm a real estate agent as well. And so, you know, I can kind of make my own schedule as a real estate agent. And to be honest, I don't sell a ton of houses because I'm focusing on other stuff. But I do have my real estate license. For the last year, I've learned computer programming, so I've learned code. And so I've been doing a little bit of freelance work with that and like web design. And yeah, I do the YouTube thing, which makes money. And then I do trading. You know, and so that's everything I do. But that gives me a lot of freedom to kind of do what I want, and you know, make my own schedule, so to speak. But yeah, if you guys want to see, like, I build websites too. You want me to build you a website? Here's mine. If you want to check it out. There's a lot of free resources. There's a link in the chat if you want to go check out our website. They've got broker reviews. They've got strategy breakdowns of the strategies we use. We got a lot of cool stuff. And like I said, you want me to make you a website, there's the link. I still got to tweak the mobile version of my website, but there's the web desktop version if you want to check it out in the chat. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm a real estate agent. I don't really sell that many houses, though. Again, if you're in Texas and you want a trading buddy to sell you a house, hit me up, you know. But yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. Have a good day, team, and we'll see you all a little bit later.
See you later, guys.